everyone, I'm David with the Craig and Dave channel. Now, is social media really that bad? I mean, we've all heard the horror stories, right? You spend one too many hours on TikTok and suddenly your brain melts, you fail all your GCSEs, and you end up living in your nan's basement forever. Or at least, that's what certain newspapers would have you believe. But hold up, let's talk about what's actually going on here. There's been a new study, and a pretty big one too. It's from the World Health Organization. Now, they're the big cheese and actually legit. And it suggests there's been a sharp rise in something they call problematic social media use amongst teens. So what exactly does problematic mean? Well, according to the study, it's things like skipping activities you used to enjoy, arguing with your parents, or yourself, let's be real, about how much time you spend online, lying about it, and here's the kicker, being unable to stop, even if you know it's becoming an issue. Now that sounds kind of serious, right? But here's the thing, it's not everyone. In this study, they looked at nearly 280,000 young people across 44 countries, light work, and they found that 11% of those surveyed in 2022 were engaging in what they call problematic social media use. 11% doesn't seem like that much, but here's the fun part. It was only 7% back in 2018, so we've jumped a decent chunk. Now what happened between 2018 and 2022? The pandemic. Shocker, people started using social media more. Now, if you're in England, Scotland, or Wales, those numbers are even higher than the global averages. Go UK! Leading the world in binge scrolling. And it's particularly bad amongst 13-year-olds. Yep, that magical age. And now, apparently, social media is adding to the drama. According to the study, girls are more likely to report problematic use than boys. So, whilst the lads are off gaming for hours on end, we'll get to that, don't worry, the girls are doom scrolling through TikTok or getting sucked into Instagram rabbit holes. Nan, you can't spend all your time on Facebook. It's only boomers on Facebook. You're just gonna end up arguing about politics again. But hold on, before we all start burning our smartphones, the report doesn't say that all social media use is evil. Actually, quite the opposite. For a lot of teens, using social media heavily, but not problematically, is a good thing. It helps them feel more connected with their friends, like they've got a support system. Think about it. You can keep in touch with your mates on WhatsApp, join group chats on Discord, and share memes on Instagram. And it's not just about sending goofy pictures of your cat, although let's be real, that's important too. People have used social media for some serious stuff, raising awareness, organising protests, building entire movements online. Ever heard of Black Lives Matter or Fridays for Future? Social media wasn't just part of those movements, it was the platform that gave them global reach. But for the 11% who are considered problematic users, it's a different story. And yeah, that's where it starts getting into mental health issues. Things like anxiety, depression, and good old FOMO, fear of missing out, for those of you not fluent in acronyms, because, let's face it, no matter how perfect your life is, somebody on Instagram is always going to look like they're having a better time than you. Except you, Brian. Yeah, thanks for posting your dinner to Instagram. Made me feel a lot better about myself yesterday. Let's take a quick detour, though, into the world of gaming, because that's where the boys come in. You didn't think they were off the hook, did you? Whilst the girls might be glued to Insta, the lads are apparently off becoming Fortnite gods. The same study showed that 15% of teenagers in England are at the risk of problematic gaming, with daily gaming habits being more common in boys than girls. And when we say daily, we mean daily. Nearly half of 13-year-old boys are playing video games for at least 4 hours on a gaming day. 4 hours! That's half a school day. What are you even doing playing for that long? Are you rebuilding the universe in Minecraft? Actually, that sounds like a bit of fun. I'll be back.
4 hours later.
Now don't get me wrong, gaming isn't all bad, but when your gaming starts taking over your life and you can't stop hitting that next match button, then yeah, it starts to become an issue. So, what's the verdict? Is social media really that bad? Well, kind of, but also not really. I mean, that's confusing, right? On one hand, if you're one of the 11% using social media in a problematic way, then yeah, it can definitely start to mess with your mental health. The key, apparently, is balance. I know it's boring, but hear me out. You don't have to delete all your accounts and go and live in a cabin in the woods. Instead, just try to keep things in check. Maybe don't spend all night scrolling through TikTok or all evening playing Fortnite. Get outside once in a while, see people face to face. Apparently it's still a thing. If you're feeling overwhelmed or like you have to be online all the time, it might be time to take a step back and to rethink. In the end though, social media is just a tool. It's not inherently good or evil, but it can become a problem if you let it take over. So next time your parents tell you to get off Instagram, just remind them that you're building important social connections. Just don't mention it's 3 a.m. To summarize today, social media can be both beneficial and harmful. Whilst it helps teens connect and build friendships, a small percentage develop problematic behavior, like addiction, lying about usage, and neglecting real-life activities. A recent WHO study shows that 11% of teens engaged in problematic social media use in 2022, up from 7% in 2018, with problematic uses linked to mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and social isolation. Between heavy users who aren't problematic often report stronger social support. The key is balance. Social media isn't inherently bad, but it's important to manage screen time and ensure that it doesn't interfere with mental health, studies, or relationships. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon for notifications, and tell us what you think about social media use being called problematic in the comments below. Stay connected, stay sane, and maybe just try to resist the TikTok black hole. I mean, what's one more hour, yeah? It's only 3 a.m.